G'day guys, welcome back to the channel to what is the first ever look at the 2022 Supercoach team picker. I'm not going to lie, as soon as we could download it, I paid up the $25 straight away for this. And yeah, I've got a team here. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I've gone pretty light premium wise and fairly heavy on the rookies, because I do feel like there are quite a fair few good rookies this year. Many may not know this, but I've done a lot of research on this year's draft, and I have a good idea and understanding of who's going to play, and I think most of these picks will. I've been following Cal Toomey a fair bit. I went to go upload a video prior to the draft on each sort of rookie that was relevant, but unfortunately my computer was just stuffing with me a little bit. But I've got it fixed now, and we're raring and ready to go. So with no further ado, as always, we'll get stuck straight into it. And defence, well, no surprise really. Jake Lloyd's going to be a really solid selection. Just didn't go below 100 often, didn't go over 110 just every single week. And that's what we want in defence, is that consistency. And we've got Aaron Hall as well. It's one of those ones where I could probably bypass him, but I mean, he's proven that he can play virtually a full season. He was very durable over 2021. Plays a safe role. So, yeah, I don't think Aaron Hall is going to leave my team anytime soon. And neither is this next bloke, Jordan Ridley. We've got Jake Kelly coming over the Bombers. Whether or not he plays flat out, I'm not too sure, but I think that'll take a fair bit of heat off Ridley. He won't have to lock down quite as often, and I'm expecting him to take a few more intercepts. But, yeah, we've got Heppel and Hind who steal the kickouts, but nonetheless, with Jake Kelly in the side, I think Ridley will benefit from that in terms of how he scores. So yeah, really happy with that selection. Pretty light in defence. I've gone all in the midfield, and I think you just got to. But he'll get to that in a moment. Our next player here is Josh Sin. He's a super player. I was quite gutted that the Bombers didn't get him. We just missed out on him, but that's okay. We got Ben Hobbs instead, but that's another story. But yeah, Sin's really good. Reminds me of a Bonapali, but who plays off halfback as an attacking defender. He's unreal, Josh Sin. I mean, he got, I think it was low 10s, 10.2 in the 100-metre sprint, so he can run. And yeah, many times he actually plays on out of kickouts, and that's good for his scoring as well. Whether or not he takes kickouts at Port, I'm not sure, but that's one of his really good attributes, the speed and the disposal. Perhaps something that does let him down a little bit is his body, perhaps a little bit injury prone, but nonetheless, I'm happy with the selection, and yeah, we'll just roll with it and see how we go. Lekalia, I like this pick. He's just sort of a placeholder. I'm not really sure who else, to be honest. I like Wilmot a lot more, but no, Alia's good. Broke the all-time record on the vertical jump. The only thing is he doesn't get enough disposal. I'll do a player profile on him. I'm doing a rookie profile series where I'll sort of discuss each rookie individually in a separate video. Go for about 4 minutes each, and I'm currently working on one with Nick Dacos, so I'll have that up probably tomorrow. We'll wait and see with time, but yeah, we'll be doing that. So if you guys aren't really sure about rookies, I'll be pumping out heaps of content on that. So yeah, come to the right YouTube channel if you're interested in which rookies you want to go with. But anyway, next player here, Wilmot, just brought him up. Really good. I think DR knows a little bit about Wilmot, being a Brisbane supporter, and apparently that they were always going to get him. Whether or not he slid further down was another story, but yeah, a little bit of a bolter, and he's meant to be quite a gun off halfback. So I can only expect him to get early games. I got a little bit of pace as well. They did want Sin, I'm pretty sure, the Brisbane Lions, but they're never going to get him, being such a high talent. So yeah, I'm expecting Wilmot to play early games as a result, and then Chug and Bazzo on the bench, they're just sort of placeholders. We'll wait and see who gets named later on. No doubt whatsoever this team's going to change. I've got nearly 80k in the bank, so that's pretty unacceptable, but I'm paying up for the rookies because I have a feeling that they're pretty good. Midfield, McRae, Steele, and Oliver, I reckon you just got to lock them in. You can't not start them every single year. They punish you, and we saw that with McRae. I went Neil over McRae for 700k, and that gee, that just probably cost me a whole season. I was playing catch up all year. So, yeah, those three are just genuine locks, and I don't even need to go into it. Yeah, McRae's expensive, but, I mean, his average over the last 4 years is, well, undoubtedly as good as it gets. So, yeah, you're a madman if you don't start McRae. I can see what you mean, trying to save value, but he's by far the best midfielder for Supercoach 2022. I would suggest Tuke Miller is an interesting one. He's a pod that myself and DR have been flirting with quite a fair bit, and it's easy to see why. His work rate and defensive work in the midfield, his tackle numbers are just second to none, and him getting a score of 120 plus this year was virtually inevitable. So Tuke Miller is probably the pod that I go with. Yes, yeah, Welsh is a gun. Tom Mitchell's very good for his price as well, and looks to be back to his best, having a full preseason. So I might roll with him. I'm not sure, but I really like Miller as a pod, and I'm pretty set in stone with it. Maybe about 80% sure I'll lock him in. So yeah, really like that. Lockie Neal, cheap for what he can do. Had a pretty ordinary season. If he has a full preseason, I'll be very happy with that. And for 540k, I think everyone in the comp's going to jump on him. So it just seems like a no-brainer to me. And yeah, the rookies, very expensive. I've gone Horn Francis, McRae and Dacos. I did watch George's team pick a video, and he sold me a new one on McRae. So yeah, credit to him. If this pick goes good, there's a little bit of, can he average 100 in his second year like his brother in the midfield there? I doubt it, but it's food for thought, and I'm pretty happy with McRae. But Horn Francis plays a pretty solid role, a half forward, and he's a big body midfielder playing at North Melbourne. I feel like he does get opportunities. So yeah, I'm pretty set in stone with these, and Nick Dacos is a all I'm going to say here is he's a lock. I'll justify it in my rookie review series, where I'll showcase each individual player, whether or not they're actually good selections. So yeah, we'll go into a bit more, anyway, Rucks. Well, I'm set and forgetting. I don't know what to do. The fact that Marshall doesn't have forward status has absolutely screwed me, and I was going to have him at R2 with a little bit of swing with Comben, but it just didn't happen. And unfortunately, you just got to trust that these two blokes are having good pre-seasons. And it was an article of Grundy saying that he's ready to get back to his best, and that was more than enough for me to select him. But I'm a bit iffy on Darcy, but I mean, who the bloody hell do you go for? Any mid-price is just going to burn you in the arse. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these two so far. We'll monitor them over the pre-season and over the Marsh series or whatever it is. But yeah, I think we just have to set and forget. I feel like we can. We're not paying 700k this year, which is pretty good. So that allows me to pay up a little bit more on the rookies and still get 13 potential keeper premiums. So I think that's okay. And the forward line, well, Dunkley's a bit of a lock. I mean, who the hell else do you go for? He looks like he's getting pretty good over his injuries. He's had quite a fair few, unfortunately, but I'm backing him in, and I just can't think of anyone else you pick. Butters, same goes, injury prone, but he attacks the ball harder than anyone you ever see, and Cornelio as well. Could he be a keeper? I'm not sure. He did get dropped a couple of years ago as captain, which is quite embarrassing. And I don't know, is he going down a slope? I'm not too sure. Plays a little bit more forward now, so hence the forward status. But I'm backing him in as a F5, F6 keeper at worst. Maybe a luxury trade over the buys if you've completed your team. But yeah, I think we have to roll with Cornelio. I don't really like the pick, but I feel like he's going to be one of those, at least 55% ownership, really, just because of his price and the lack of options yet again in the forward line. Every year it's a pain in the ass, but we just have to deal with it as it comes. Josh Rashali, very overpriced. I'm not going to lie, but I heard his teammates in the draft, can't remember who he played for, but a few guys said that he's by far one of the most exciting players. I actually heard it on 3AW, I'm pretty sure. One of the draftees was on there talking to Sam and Jared. But anyway, they said that Josh Rashali was one of the best players in the draft that they see play and has the ability to turn the game on its head. And at Adelaide, I'm pretty sure it's exactly what they need. And And playing high half forward and in the forward line, I mean, he's got the ability to score 80 points quite easily, I reckon. So I really like Josh Rochelle, and yes, he's expensive, but I'm willing to pay up for the good rookies, and I think that's where the game can be won and lost. So yeah, it's an interesting structure, but I'm just going to roll with it at this point in time. Hollands is an absolute lock. I mean, yeah, 123k, top 10 pick. Yeah, nothing else to say. Set and forget with him. Sam Butler, I really like him as a pick. He's the younger brother of Dan Butler, so yeah, he's pretty exciting. Got some pace, and yeah, I think Hawthorn will give him a crack early. They don't usually play rookies early, but I think they're at that stage where they're really sort of rebuilding, and they're going to get a lot of games into their young talent. So I would be surprised if I didn't see Sam Butler named round 1. And then we got Coleman, as I brought him up before, but unfortunately we don't have a forward status R3 we can use. I might put him in as R3, but I don't know. He might play games early. It just depends on CCJ and whatnot. But he's just there as a DPP placeholder, and then we got Jesse Motlop as well. Well, he got the number 3, so yeah, big number, Mark Murphy's number. So I think the expectations are pretty high. Maybe they're just trying to blow smoke up his ass so he doesn't go back home to South Australia. But no, I think he's going to be a really good player. I don't know if he's got the potential to score a lot of points, but I think he might have pretty solid job security because that's exactly what Carlton need, I reckon. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this squad. I probably wouldn't mind going an extra premium or mid-pricer, but I'm just not really sure. Super light in the forward line, but I don't think I'm missing out on anyone. I don't mind Jake Stringer or, dare I say it, Isaac Heaney, but we'll just see how we go. No doubt about it. I'm definitely going to chop and change. But look, just a bit of an insight to the people that may not have Supercoach Gold and can have a little bit of a look. And yeah, as I said prior to now, I will be doing individual player profiles on the rookies. So yeah, I have one on Nick Dacos probably tomorrow, and then yeah, we'll keep going with it. But yeah, no, we're back for 2022. Super pumped. And yeah, appreciate everybody that's subscribed. If you haven't, please, it helps me out a fair bit. And my main goal is to hit 1,000 subs at some point during 2022. It just mean the absolute world to me, and I appreciate you all tuning in and watching the content, and hopefully I'm providing the goods for you guys. But yeah, on the positive note there, I'll end it, and yeah, I'll see you guys very, very soon.